Hey Internet, I'm back. Now, for those of you that just discovered my channel with the Wonder Woman review that exploded for no reason at all, that's not normal. I normally talk about video games, and I normally get no views. You'd think I'd change, but nope, not gonna. So, here we are. I'm gonna talk about a video game. This video's game is Flea. It is a fun little indie platformer released this year for the NES, and then later the Dreamcast, and later this year it will actually be on the Evercade, on an indie collection, along with stuff like Quest Arrest, and Foxyland, and Ploid, and Twin Dragons, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you have every chance to pick up this game, because it's on all the consoles. But now I should talk about, should you pick up this game? Yes. Honestly, it's really fun. It's not your standard platformer in that you have less control over the character than you would expect. For example, you still move left and right, you have to hop from platform to platform, but your character is always jumping, which I guess Fleas are prone to do, so it fits. But this adds a lot of interesting challenge and puzzle and just problem solving to the game. Because of all this hopping, you have to time your movements to avoid enemies and spikes and different things, and you also have to try and gather all the blood in each screen or level before you progress on. That blood will be traded in for lives, and because of how challenging some of these levels can be, you're going to want all the lives you can get. Also, you occasionally run into a boss screen where you don't actually fight a boss, you want to run away from the boss. However, when you do this, the screen is scrolling at a much faster speed and constantly, so you have to keep moving forward, but you also jump and move further. So you really have to rethink your timing of your jumps and your movements, and it just adds a little bit more challenge. And it's really fun. The challenge is not impossible. It's not like a Dark Souls kind of thing where if you don't do everything pixel perfect, you're going to die and it's infuriating. But it is NES hard. It is like a lot of the classic games where levels will take you a couple tries until you memorize things and really figure out what's the pattern I should be using, what's the solution here. But it has that right balance of fun and challenging that whenever you lose at a level and you die, you get a little frustrated, but not to the point where you want to stop playing the game. You get just frustrated enough to where you're like, okay, now I need to beat this level. So it's really well done in that aspect. It's that perfect balance. It's exactly what you want out of a game like this. And also, for people like me who sometimes are a bit of a casual and want more of an easy mode experience, there is a little cheat, which I believe is actually explained in the instruction booklet. I know because the creator emailed it out to all the Kickstarter backers, but I think it's in here somewhere too, and I should have checked before starting. Yes, here we go. Right here there's a little note that says if you want to do the level skip. So if you look at the video here that's already been playing as I'm talking, you can see that you have to jump on the cloud, and then the other cloud, and then into an invisible door, and that brings you to a warp screen. You probably wouldn't find this on your own, and it's actually, even knowing it's there, it's still a bit challenging to get your cloud jumps just right to get up there. But when you do, you get to choose which set of levels you want to start on, where in the game you want to go. And on top of that, you also get a boost ability that isn't there otherwise. This lets you, while you're moving, hit B in any direction to kind of thrust yourself in that direction a bit. It makes it a lot easier to get through weird gaps or to jump over like large patches of spikes all at once. It definitely gives you a benefit. So honestly, your first time through the game, it might be worth going up there just to enable the boost and then still starting from level 1 and seeing how you do, just to get you familiar and learn the mechanics and give you a little extra edge while you're learning the game. And then, of course, if you want to, be a perfectionist, you come back through and beat it the normal way and go for your speedrun record. And yeah, there's not much else to say about the game. It's not overly complex and complicated. It's a very, it's a puzzle platformer. You want to figure out the way to get through these levels and collect all the blood and progress forward through the story. It does have a story. It does have some nice little cutscenes and different characters that you can have dialogue with. It's a bit clunky having to hit the B button to talk to a character because since you can't stop moving, you have to wait for your Flea to be down to where the character is to hit B. So it's a bit odd. It takes a bit of getting used to, but it definitely works. It's fun. It's just a cute, charming little game. Also, the music in here is actually not terrible. It's no bloody tears, but nothing is. But it sets the right mood. It's not repetitious to the point where you hate it and it's grating. And it changes up enough to where it's always unique and interesting and fun. And it's just a fun little ditty that is just pleasant in the background as you play through the game. So certainly no complaints there. The graphics look exactly like you'd expect from an NES game. It doesn't look like it's super low budget, it has good sprites, it has backgrounds, and everything looks fine. So, yeah, I have no real complaints here. I think it was well designed and well done. It was implemented perfectly. I think it's really enjoyable, and I look forward to playing the rest of the game, and I think you all will too. And also, if you want to go pick up yourself a copy of the game, because that's how sentences are structured, you can get it on Broke Studio, which is the same site that has Twin Dragons and I think a few other ones that I've reviewed before. And I'll put links to all the stuff down there in the description, dealer. And other than that, yeah, I don't know. Go play a game. And I'll see you later. That's a weird outro.